Hey guys, thanks for joining the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the game Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. If I was going to sum up this game, I would say it kind of feels like a Studio Ghibli film mixed with a little bit of Harry Potter and some Pokemon action mixed in there. So it's interesting to say the least. Anyway, let's go over it and see if it's worth buying or not. If I was going to say anything about the graphics, I would say they were gorgeous. I love the graphics. I love anime graphics. It feels very much like a Studio Ghibli film, which I love those. Obviously, the graphics aren't very taxing because it's anime-esque. So the game runs beautifully on the Switch. I really liked it. I love the graphics. As you can see behind me, this is an overworld map of them just running around the world. And it's just really nice, very picturesque. I also really like the voice acting, surprisingly, because I usually really hate voice acting in video games. It's pretty terrible a lot of the time. So to have a video game that actually has decent voice acting is a real rarity. I actually liked it so much that I felt kind of bad that they didn't have voice acting throughout the entire thing. Every time there's a cutscene, they have voice acting, which is fantastic, and then they would go to just, the text blocks. Which, I mean, this text is fine, I don't mind reading text, but this feels kind of a waste when you have such great voice actors in it.
You must be the one we fairies call the pure-hearted one. The one the legends say will save our world. So, anyway, that means I better get you over to our world and have you get rid of Shadar for us. Alright with you?
Me? But how can I?
Don't fret, man. It's a big responsibility, I know, but you'll be alright, especially with me to help you. Oh, pure-hearted one, will you please come and save our world?
No.
I also liked that the main character was not snarky and full of like sarcasm, because he's kind of a younger kid. He looks like he's about, I don't know, 12 or something. And so many times you have, like, say, the Disney shows where the kids are constantly snarky and sarcastic and, being annoying little brats. And this time the kid, his name is Oliver, is just really a nice kid. I actually kind of liked him, which was nice. It was a good change of pace. I'm really glad they wrote him like that. I also really liked the world building they did in the game. The world was just fun to be in. The towns that you go along the way all had character. You meet new and interesting people in it, and it was just really fun. I liked talking with the different people, meeting them, seeing what's going on with their life. It was actually really well written. The people actually felt more three-dimensional and not just some stupid NPC. And that was really fun, which led into the quests, because there's a lot of quests throughout the game. They're not really mandatory, but they're definitely a good option to go and do, because they do help you out through the game. And I felt the quests had character. I felt like you're actually going and trying to help someone who actually had a real problem, and not just going out and killing 15 wolves because you get experience for killing 15 wolves. It felt a little bit more in depth, which I really enjoyed. I like when the quests don't feel monotonous, which is really nice. And that leads into the storyline as well. The overall storyline felt kind of compelling. It felt interesting. It was interesting. The people in it were great. And it didn't feel like you're being like too rushed. I felt the pace of the game was really good. So I didn't feel like I was having to spend hours grinding, killing the same guys over and over and over and over again. And by the time I get back to the main quest, I forgot what I was doing, which is annoying. So that was really good. I felt the pace was really well done. So I felt like I was just running through. The game took me about, I think it said 50 hours to beat, which seems about right. Which is pretty good for, decent size for an RPG, which is really fun. The orchestra music, I'm not a huge music connoisseur. It was all orchestrated music. I thought the music was nice. I enjoyed it. It didn't pull me out of the game. And that's what I appreciate about it. It felt like it was the right music. It had the right feeling behind it. And I thought it was really good when I was actually actively listening to it. I liked the music. I think they did a fantastic job. Some of the things I didn't care for very much is I didn't really care for the combat system. It felt clunky to me. We've seen this in a few RPGs, especially as of late, where they have you can only control the main character. And so you have other people in the party, and they kind of do their own thing. And yeah, you can kind of clunkily tell them what to do, or you can take control of one of the other people, but you can only be controlling one person at a time, and that's a little bit irritating for me. You also have this whole wheel mechanic that you switch around to the different things, and fauna that you can go and make fight for you as you go throughout the world, which is fun. It's kind of Pokemon-esque. Great, you have your guys out there, throw them out there, go and have them fight, and they're all a little bit different. But honestly, once you kind of find a few core guys that you really like, it's kind of hard to use another one because you start leveling up the guys you like, and by the time you get a new one, they're so low level that by the time they catch up, these guys are way up here, and it's just not really worth swapping them out all the time. So it's almost easier to just keep kind of your core guys, which is unfortunate because there's so many interesting things you could be using to fight, but you don't know if they're going to be any good. And maybe he go online and he go and look up and see exactly which guys are the best or whatever, and I totally did not do that at all. At all. There's also the crafting system. It could have been a little bit better, I suppose. I liked the crafting system. It was kind of easy to use, but at the same time though, the crafting system is you have to go and find all these items, and they're scattered all across the map in the entire world, and it was too much of a pain to go and try to find them and find, you know, which ones I want to use here or there, or just know which ones they are. Sometimes they drop off monsters, sometimes you find them in the world, and I just didn't want to go and spend all the time trying to find which ones are where. And you can, so I just didn't really use the crafting system at all. I just used the items I could buy from the store, and it worked just fine. I beat the entire game without really using the crafting system at all, which is kind of a waste because they put all this time into it, and I just didn't really use it. But hey, at least you don't have to use it, so that's nice as well. Another complaint I had is a small complaint, but what is wrong with the adults? I mean, seriously, what is wrong with these people? You have this 12-year-old kid who's going off to save the world, and you have all these adults that are like, yeah, go child, go save everybody. Like, what adult's gonna do that? No, they'll be like taking by the hand, like, okay, where's your mommy and daddy? Let me take you home, because you're obviously lost and confused. Like, they're not gonna go like, oh yeah, here's some items to go save the world. That seems crazy. But it's a video game, so you just have to kind of, you know, take a pass, I guess. Also, there's a little bit too much hand-holding, I think, in the game. I think you can go and turn that off, but it's always telling you, like, whenever you stop at the top of the screen, this is what you're supposed to be doing now. I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be doing that, but right now I'm killing monsters for fun. I will get to it in my own sweet time. You don't need to be telling me all the time. So that was a little bit annoying, but what can you do? If I was going to sum up the game, I would kind of say it's saving the world through love and friendship, and also a lot of violence, because it's an RPG and you're going to go around and kill a lot of things, because that's what you do in RPGs. And it was pretty fun. I would say, if I was going to put a price tag on it, I would say if you're getting the game for 20 bucks, that's a pretty good deal. This is an excellent game for that price point. This game would probably spend more than that, even up to like 40. I'm a little bit more of a cheaper person, so you know, if you can get below 20, fantastic. But it's worth at least 20 bucks. I would definitely say you should buy this game if you haven't already. If you like RPGs, this is definitely one to get. If you like anime type JRPGs, this is fantastic. The storyline's good. I think it's worth a purchase. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Please comment down below if there's anything that you thought that I got wrong, things that you feel differently about, or how you felt about the game if you played it, or if you think about playing it now due to listening to me. Also, please remember to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for everything, You guys have a fantastic day. Take care.